Alright guys, welcome back to Who Would Win, where I kind of think up a fight that I can't decide who would win in my head. I just have these random thoughts where I just think, what if so-and-so fought so-and-so? Who would win that? And I just kind of I'll let people decide. So yeah, as you can see right here, Darth Maul from, of course, Star Wars versus Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't get to talk a lot about Yu Yu Hakusho, and it's one of my... that's tragic, because that's one of my favorite animes, period. Yeah, so I figured, you know what? I haven't talked about, Yu Yu Hakusho, and I can't shut up about Star Wars, so... Hey, this sounds like this might be an interesting fight. So yeah, Hiei versus Darth Maul. So let's talk a bit about our first combatant, Darth Maul. Darth Maul, of course, is a Zabrak who was born on the planet of Dathomir and is the son of Mother Talzin, the leader of the Night Witches, and was taken as a newborn by Sidious to be trained under him in the ways of the dark side. Now, Maul, even though he was struck down by Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace, his anger channeled the dark side in such a way that even when he was cut in half, he managed to survive. And from there, finding his brother Savage Opress, actually overthrew, and he actually became temporarily the Lord of Mandalore for a short time, until after being defeated by Sidious and running off, it's a big thing, in Son of Dathomir. So, yeah. In the story of Darth Maul, he is a very powerful, he's not, I wouldn't say one of the most powerful Sith Lords, but he's one of the most gifted. Well, gifted's probably a strong word. If the Force can keep you alive that long, then yeah. Now, of course, he is most infamously known for wielding the saber staff, which is, of course, that two-bladed saber. Now, Maul's saber style is a mix of Jarkai, which is a style that incorporates two sabers, and Juyo, which is a very Sith-heavy form of lightsaber combat, which involves nothing. It's majority of offense, minimal defense, and you are just pouring everything into your offense, into these heavy blows and strikes. Most Sith do use this move, and Maul was excellent at that, and mixing his Jarkai with it. So, Maul, even though he stayed silent for the most of the story, we do discover that Maul is pretty intelligent throughout Clone Wars and Rebels. He does have a plan, and he's very intelligent, but however, the one thing that Maul never really got around to learning a lot of was the way, the true power of the Force. Oh yeah, he can use the Force. He can use the Force, but he was more trained in saber combat than he was in Force training, because the whole thing with Sidious was that the whole point of having Maul was to announce that the Sith had returned so he can move on to Tyrannus. Of course, what I mean is Count Dooku, of course. So, Maul does know how to use the Force, but not in the way of, his, Sidious. So he's more skilled with a saber than he is using the Force. That's why in most of his fights, you don't see him depend on the Force that much, but more on his saber training. But regardless of that, he is he's a very well-skilled swordsman. He's also very intelligent and totally aggressive. This guy just believes in nothing but kill. If you get in his way, that is it. Unless you are pretty well adapted in saber combat, then yeah, you're going down. Now the main thing is that Maul might, like most Sith, channel their anger, and sometimes Maul gets a little too cocky, and that's what led to his downfall in his fight with Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace. Now, Maul, like I said, very intelligent, and he can take some serious pain. I mean, he took a lot of the pain of Sidious's Sith lightning. He actually, in Son of Dathomir, fought, not with a saber staff, but with a dark saber. He actually managed to fight Count Dooku as well as General Grievous. So that gives you a little bit of expertise of how well he is, as in saber combat. Maul is very adapted in, he's also a very skilled hand-to-hand fighter. That is another major thing. Even without the saber, he managed to go head-to-head with Pre Vizsla, the head of Death Watch, in a hand-to-hand combat match. Until, of course, he took the Darksaber out, and yeah. But even then, he did show that he can fight without a saber. So yeah. Maul is a very deadly opponent. He is just he is someone you don't want coming after you. And the same could be said for Hiei, honestly. The same could be honestly said for Hiei. Now, with Hiei, Hiei is, of course, he started out as a villain of Yu Yu Hakusho, and yeah, this guy he's a very powerful, he's a half-breed of fire and ice, of a fire and ice demon, and he's one of the more powerful characters in Yu Yu Hakusho. In fact, it's usually kind of, at some points it's kind of rumored that Hiei holds back his full strength. But yeah, even when Yusuke trained at a higher level, he could still go blow for blow with Yusuke. And that was the major thing, is that Hiei had spent 500 years of his life, that's how old he is, a lot of it training, and a lot of it preparing to get some fucking vengeance on some people. Now, Hiei is, of course, a fire demon, and a lot of his attacks are fire-based. The Dragon of the Darkness Flame, the Fist of the Mortal Flame, and a few other demonic fire-based attacks that have easily crippled opponents. Hiei is, of course, also incredibly intelligent, but his main drive is his speed. This guy can move around a battlefield in a blink of an eye. He has killed opponents much stronger than him thanks to the just sheer speed and agility. And of course, being a demon, he does have a lot of physical strength and endurance above a human being. I mean, this guy can take some serious punishment. This guy can seriously take on a lot of serious punishment as well as deal it out. He's also a master swordsman. Of course, he does. I guess for this battle, it would be with the sword he stole that could turn people into demons. But he has used swords that do have some magical properties. Again, it's been a while since I've watched Yu Yu Hakusho, so I could easily be wrong. But yeah, Hiei, of course, when he goes into his full demon form, that's when his powers are doubled, and that's when he can unleash the full extent of his abilities. So yeah, this fight would be, of course, I don't think I need to say it, guys, but this fight between Maul and Hiei would be to the death. These two would be going at each other for hours. Now, the big thing is that Hiei can deal out and take a lot of damage. I would imagine he could survive a stab wound from a lightsaber. It's possible. He has been impaled on a lot of shit before. Now, a cut move, that would probably end him. Like, get his arm cut off, that might be an end for him. But, yeah, if Maul stabbed him, he could probably fight through the pain and start using his healing factor to, begin healing himself once more. So, that might be a factor for him. But Maul and Hiei have a lot of speed to them, and agility. They spent years of their lives training and, honing their shared abilities. Now, like I said, Maul depends more on his saber than he does on the Force. He depends it more on taking a lot of damage. But, however, Hiei depends on his abilities. He really does depend on his abilities and his inherent swordsmanship. And you gotta remember, Maul isn't Zabrax can live a while, but Maul is, maybe around in his 30s in human years. Hiei, on the other hand, is over 500 years old. So, the dude has got some major battle experience. He has beaten down demons twice his size. Let's also not forget that even though he's short, he has got some major speed to him. So that's another thing you have to take into account. But Maul and that saber might prove to be a dangerous combination for him. So this is going to be a battle of skills and strategy. There's going to be some major strategy coming from Maul as well as Hiei in this matchup. So I honestly don't know who would come out on top, guys. I really don't. But you guys tell me, who do you think would win in a fight between Darth Maul and Hiei? If you think Maul would win, put hashtag Maul wins and hashtag Maul wins. Sorry about that, but yeah, like I said, if you think Maul would win, put hashtag Maul wins, and on the other hand, if you think Hiei would win in this matchup, put hashtag Hiei wins and list off the reasons why you think he would win in this fight. Like I said, this is a really tough one for me. This is, because I love both characters, and I kind of figured they'd be both well-matched. I was kind of, at one point, considering, maybe Revan. Maybe Revan would be a better one, but I thought, I haven't used Maul in a lot of these fantasy fights, so I figured, why the hell not, right? So, like I said, just comment below, let me know, who do you think would win in this fight, Maul or Hiei? Really curious to see what you guys have to say to come up with. there's something else I wanted to say, but yeah. Yeah, again, I was kind of hoping, I haven't used Hiei in like ever, so for the
hashtag unpredictable.
Thanks, Pop. Yep. Kinda saw that coming. Anyway, so oh boy. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.
Live on your prepper.
Yeah.